Hello, Facebook Live. Welcome to my back garden again. Our garden is, or backyard, and our garden is doing really nicely. These are some of the raised beds. You can see the other one back there. I love gardening. So today is about, are you being too accommodating? I just had a session with a private client, and this came up big time, where she realized that she's being accommodating all over the place, and it's been exhausting because she can't just, mosquito, she can't just get what she wants. She has to constantly make sure that other people get what they want, which that's a noble thing. That's a good thing. I'm not saying that we should walk around being selfish, but for her, it's a pattern where she's doing it just all the time, too much, constantly. And it's starting to impact, or it's been impacting her business, her visibility, her ability to grow and expand, and it's been exhausting. So if you've been over accommodating, this video is for you, and we're going to see what beliefs come up to clear. And I'm going to decipher a little bit of why that happens, and what pillars of the imposter complex are at play. So if you've never heard me talk about the imposter complex or the 8 pillars of it, very briefly, because I've got lots of other videos on it, I've noticed after working with about 500 people around the world that the imposter syndrome, the imposter complex, has about 8 pillars to it, and they keep coming up over and over again. And I'm not going to go into all 8 of them here. But this is why so many times, if you've been dealing with feeling like a fraud or an imposter, you might be getting disheartened because you do a lot of great self-talk and you work on that self-confidence, but then it keeps coming up. Or you get really great testimonials in your business, but then you still feel like a fraud. So if that's been your journey, then it might be because you just haven't addressed some of the other 8 pillars that are coming up. So in this video, we're going to cover one of those pillars in more detail. So I've got my notes here, and when it came to being too accommodating, we realized it's actually 3 of the pillars. So one of the pillars is people-pleasing and overgiving, and that's a big part of accommodating. You know, when you say, "Oh, it's okay, I'll do it that way," or yeah, we can trade for services. I don't have to charge you my full rate. Being accommodating. Another one is not owning your expertise. So this client was over accommodating because her work is very valuable, and it might be worth 5 times what the other person's expertise is worth. It's nothing to do with personal value. It's just what the value in the marketplace is. But she was trading at a 1-to-1 instead of at a 5-to-1, which she should. So she wasn't owning her expertise. She wasn't valuing her work. And then the third one is boundaries. So those are 3 of the 8 pillars of the imposter complex. And when it comes to boundaries, or having crappy boundaries, that happens because of this energetic thing. And I want to share this process and this practice with you, this energy process with you. So when you're over accommodating, when you're people pleasing, when you're not owning your expertise, when you're stuck in the imposter complex, you are, in a way, energetically leaving your body, not in the super woo-woo sense, but a little bit. You're leaving you and you're going over there with other people to check on them to see if they're okay. So if you're in negotiations, or if you're in a relationship, or a personal or business relationship, and you're not able to just clearly say, "This is what I need, how does that sound?" Or "This is what I want, how does that sound?" Or "These are my rates, does that work for you?" If you're not able to just simply and clearly explain or articulate those, chances are you're doing this where you're in a way, you're leaving you to go over there with them to check on them and see how they're doing. So if this is you, I'd love to see down in the comments. Let me know if that's you, where you're just constantly checking on everyone else to see if they're okay. And maybe it's not just energetically. Maybe you practically, literally do this where you're constantly asking, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" So if that's you, please comment below and let me know where you land. So when it comes to that, we could do it for a lot of reasons, but one of the big reasons is, this is another pillar of the imposter complex, and it's the helper's paradox. Oh, Celeste says, me, yeah. So it's coming up for her. And the helper's paradox, or the healer's paradox, is when we have a need to help others. And that very need to help or heal gets in the way of our ability to help and heal. So what would it be like if you could do your helping work or your healing work from joy and not obligation? What difference would that make in your world, and in your business and in your bank account? And accommodating is a big part of this. When you're accommodating everyone else, when you're doing everything that you do out of a sense of sorry, my arm's getting tired, out of a sense of obligation, then it's exhausting. So here's an energetic process to help you along. I want you to imagine, and you can close your eyes if you like, keep them open. I want you to imagine and think of, or even just energetically bring up, all the people that you are bending over backwards for, being a doormat for, accommodating for, people-pleasing, or caring about what they think. Maybe there's a lot of these people. And I want you to imagine that there are little strings going from you to these people, each one of these people. And if there's a group in there, that's fine. You know, if it's a community group that you belong to or a family group that you belong to, that's fine. But I want you to imagine that string and just get a sense of how many strings are there. Is it less than 10? Here we go. Whew. Less than 100? Less than 1,000? Less than 10,000? Less than 100,000? No one's beyond that, and I don't think even anyone's that bad. It's probably more just like under 1,000 or under 100. So get a sense of all those strings, where and that they are attached to you. And I want you to pick up just one of them. If you have a particular person in mind to start with, it's a great practice. So pick up one string that you know is connected to a person. We're going to borrow a tool from Access Consciousness. They've got great stuff. And I just want you to say, okay, this concern that I have for this person, what they think of me, and all the ways that I'm accommodating for them or bending over backwards for them or whatever you want to say, I now return that to sender with love and consciousness attached. You should feel a little lighter, at least a tiny bit lighter. And then pick up the string of the next person. If you can think of one more specific person. Okay, all the concerns that I have about this person, what they think of me, if they like me, if I'm doing the right thing for them. Would I be willing to return that to sender with love and consciousness attached? And then you let go of that string. Now you could do this for as many individuals as you can think of. And then, once you're done thinking of all the individual people you can think of, just enter in your mind, and you could do it physically too, brush your hands down through your whole body and say the same thing. All the concerns that I have for all these people, what they might think of me, and all the ways I'm bending over backwards or accommodating for them, would I be willing to return that to sender with love and consciousness attached? Oh, and sorry, if you're brand new to my work, the twitching is just energy moving. I'm not in pain. I'm just picking up on people as they let go of stuff in the world. So, does it matter if you do all the strings individually? No. Is it a helpful tool? Yes. Do you have to learn every single stroke of the keyboard individually as you learn to type? No. Is it helpful for most people? Yes. It's just a practice. So don't make the practice the thing. Make the end result of how you feel and your energetic clarity the thing. That if you are moving forward with more ease in your business, awesome. If you're moving forward with less concern about what everyone thinks of you in your life, awesome. That's what we're going for. It's not about adding another tool to your cabinet, or toolbox would be a better way to say that. It's about freedom and ease and joy. So I hope this has been helpful. Do comment below, let me know. And please share these videos. Please like, please comment, please share these videos with anyone that you think would find value. It's always very helpful. I do get these up on YouTube as well. There's other videos up on YouTube. If you haven't seen those ones there's tons of videos. So if you'd like those, would love for you to see them. So someone's sending me a waving bear. I don't know who that is, but that's awesome. I've never seen that before.